What's going on, people? It's the Bear here once again. And I have to talk about this. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what Nintendo fanboys say. I don't care. I'm going to talk about it because it needs to be said. I'm sorry. This is the Nintendo Switch conference, the whole launch thing in New York. You know, the Nintendo Switch in general is overhyped. The conference is overhyped. Everything about it coming to pre-orders for in New York is overhyped. This whole thing is just one big mess. So let me read this here. Nintendo Switch pre-orders will launch January 13 in New York, but in limited quantities. Supply shortage. You know, this is just what Nintendo's thing, and I'm going to talk about it after I read all this here. The world is all set for Nintendo Switch presentation 2017, which will be held on January 12th at 11 p.m. Eastern. And like I said it before, I live in New York, so I have to, I'm going to look at it, but I have to stay up for like almost 2 hours, probably about an hour or two to watch this thing. Why so late, Nintendo? Why so late? Anyway. Due to the live stream event, Nintendo will finally be revealed the details regarding the upcoming hybrid console, including the price, launch, games lineup, and release date. The day after the announcement, the preview tour for the Nintendo Switch will start, in which the press and the public will be able to try out the hybrid console. The first stop is New York, with the tour to say in the city from January 13 to January 15. However, according to the official Twitter account of Nintendo New York, the preview tour will not be the only thing that will launch for the Nintendo Switch on January 13. Nintendo Switch pre-orders to launch January 13. Nintendo New York tweeted that pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch will start on January 13 at 9 a.m. Eastern, with only a limited quantity until supplies last. It is currently unclear if the pre-orders will be available for all cities where the Nintendo Switch Preview Tour will hold events, or if it will only be a one-time thing for New York. Nevertheless, the limited quantity will likely run out quick, so gamers who are looking forward to the hybrid console should make plans to line up at the Nintendo New York store on that day. Okay? Limited Nintendo Switch pre-orders quantities trouble. The usage of the term limited quantity of pre-orders likely means that the Nintendo New York store already knows how many units of the Nintendo Switch it will have available once the hybrid console launches. However, such a scenario brings back memories of the massive supply shortage of another hybrid Nintendo product, the NES Classic Edition, which I am going to talk about. You can read the rest of this here for yourself. Let me see how much more do I have to. Yeah, it's a lot more to talk about. Let me see. Okay, I'll just read the rest. Simply put, Nintendo has not been able to keep up with the demand for the retro console, frustrating gamers who have been trying to purchase the NES Classic Edition ever since it launched in November of last year. The supply shortage could be one of two reasons. Either Nintendo is purposely limiting the supply of the retro console to further drive up the hype and demand for the device, or the company was simply not able to properly forecast how many units of the NES Classic Edition it should manufacture. With the limited quantities of pre-orders for Nintendo Switch, it seems that Nintendo only has a set number of units for the hybrid console that will be sending to its stores and partners retailers. Instead of meeting the demand for the Nintendo Switch, which they should have done, you messed it. Let me pause here for a minute, okay? You did it before with your Nintendo products with the Amiibos that Nintendo fans like, which I have never gotten into. The NES Classic Edition, the Super Nintendo one that you're going to do limited quantities to, and now the Switch. Nintendo, you never learn. And this is what's going to happen. People are going to buy the console for $250 or whatever, and they're going to price it into the thousands. I guarantee it. Watch it on eBay. Watch it happen on eBay. Trust and believe. Okay, instead of being the demand for the Nintendo Switch is sending out units as needed, it looks like the company is fine with releasing a limited quantity and letting gamers wait for production to catch up with the demand. It has been previously said that Nintendo is planning to release only 2 million units of the Nintendo Switch worldwide upon its launch. An absurdly low figure considering the hype surrounding the hybrid console. Nintendo, why? Why only 2 million units at launch? This thing is not only hyped, it's overhyped. Okay? And you have people that have the Wii U that wants a console, this thing to come out. You're not even gonna, let me see. If only 13 point something, 0.5 million units sold of the Wii U, okay, that is not even a well, let's say that's about a quart of what you should, of the units that you're gonna have at launch. The difference of what the Wii U sales has been. That's only a quart of what the Wii U total sales was. Okay? You're only gonna have 2 million units at launch. Worldwide. Oh my God, Nintendo, why? If this is true, then gamers will likely be looking at a similar, if not worse, supply shortage for the Nintendo Switch. And that is definitely seem like it's going to happen. Nintendo Switch rumors. A high number of rumors and leaks have been swirling regarding the Nintendo Switch recently, especially as the Nintendo Switch presentation 2016 draws near. The most recent ones include the link of a list of games that will be available for the Nintendo Switch upon its launch. The confirmation of Pokemon Stars, a skin for the hybrid console based on the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Nintendo, I swear, Nintendo, you don't listen to people. You never listen. And this is what's gonna happen, Nintendo. You're only gonna have 2 million units at launch. Okay? This limited supply shortage thing, you need to quit that. Seriously, Nintendo, you need to quit. This thing has been overhyped. Okay? And you only have a limited quantity set for New York. Okay, which means that once people buy it up for $250, they are going to sell it into the thousands, if not tens of thousands. Because people don't want to wait until March or whatever that you're going to have the release, for the console in, worldwide or in the country or whatever. They don't want to wait, so they're going to buy from the people in New York. That came to New York and bought the console. Why do that, Nintendo? That makes no sense at all to have a limited quantity and have people. Oh my God. This is the same thing that has happened with the NES Classic Edition. There was people, you had a limited quantity of the NES Classic Mini, and then what happened is people were selling in the $30,000. $30,000 for a console on eBay. They were selling. I seen it. I seen a bunch of it, and this is what's going to happen again. I don't understand, Nintendo. I don't understand what y'all doing. I don't understand why y'all do it. You don't listen to people. I don't understand this thing. I mean, everybody in gaming is talking about. This is the only thing that they're talking about. This is superly overhyped. And you're only going to have a limited quantity. And you know what? Limited quantity. Matter of fact, let me take that back. You said 2 million units at launch. So what is the limited quantity that you're going to have in New York? Or is it going to be 50,000? 100,000? What is it going to be, Nintendo? This thing is crazy. It's nuts. Oh my goodness, man. This is nuts, Nintendo. I don't know why y'all do it, but y'all think y'all always do everything right and no one can tell y'all nothing. No one can never tell Nintendo anything because they think everything that they do is so right on. You know? Watch what happens. Watch when everybody buys out the Nintendo Switch, sell it into the thousands of dollars, and nobody else in the world is going to be able to get one of these things until the release date. Watch what happens. They do it to the Amiibos. They did it with the NES Mini. They're going to do it with the Super NES Mini or whatever the case, the other hybrid console. And now they're doing it. I'm done with Nintendo. I'm done. I'm serious. I'm going to look at the event tonight. I'm definitely going to be tuning in, probably on YouTube and all, like everybody else, And we're going to see. I'm going to make a video about it after I see the whole thing, and we're just going to talk about it and see what happens from there. It all falls on the presentation tonight. Nintendo, you need to reach out to the more core gamers, to reach out to the Xbox people, reach out to the PlayStation people, and hopefully you got a good third-party lineup so that this thing can be successful. Okay? Because you don't want to kill it off like you killed the Wii U. Nintendo, learn from your mistakes. And that's all I'm going to say about it. This is the Bear and I'm out. Peace.